Most people self-sabotage under pressure not because they lack talent, but because their mind spirals into chaos when stakes get real. Ancient warriors cracked a system that completely rewires how you perform under stress. This changes your entire trajectory. The pressure trap. What neuroscience reveals about why you choke under pressure. Here's what nobody tells you about high-performance moments. Your brain literally sabotages you when you need it most. When pressure hits hard, your nervous system activates like an ancient survival mechanism designed for predators. Adrenaline floods your veins. Your thinking brain goes dormant. Suddenly, you're operating from pure panic, not strategy or intelligence. Most people fight this desperately. They white-knuckle their way through. They try to force calmness. And the harder they grip, the worse it gets. It's exactly like trying to steer a vehicle by yanking the wheel violently. The more you pull, the more control you lose completely. The samurai figured something out centuries before modern neuroscience confirmed it. They understood that fighting what you fear actually magnifies that fear exponentially. Resisting creates internal friction. Opposition breeds more opposition spiraling. So instead of battling their emotions, they learned a completely different approach. They observed them with scientific detachment. They developed a concept called Mushin, the mind without mind. Not about suppressing feelings or pretending they don't exist. It's about witnessing them neutrally, like a researcher watches laboratory data. Your anxiety shows up, observe it. Your fear arrives, note it. But here's the critical distinction. You don't become your anxiety. You don't identify with your fear. You remain the witness. Think about your last major stressful situation. Most people obsess endlessly. They replay scenarios repeatedly. They manufacture worst-case narratives inside their heads. Ancient warriors responded entirely differently. They experienced the emotion fully, acknowledged its existence completely, then released it deliberately. No resistance, no story attached. Pure observation without judgment. Modern neuroscience strongly validates this approach. Studies from Johns Hopkins University demonstrated that observing difficult emotions without judgment actually reduces their neural activation significantly. Your brain literally stops producing the emotion when you stop resisting it. The research is compelling and repeatable. But practically speaking, how do you actually begin implementing this? How do you dismantle a pattern that's been running your nervous system your entire life? The observer revolution. How elite performers access mental states average people never reach. Imagine your next high-stakes scenario. Everything's chaotic. Pressure's mounting. Everyone around you is losing their minds. Your boss is demanding impossible results. Timelines are collapsing. Your team members are panicking visibly. Meanwhile, you're operating from total clarity. Your mind feels laser-focused. Solutions appear obvious to you while others see only problems. That's not accident. That's the result of deliberate mental training. The samurai weren't meditating to escape the world. They were meditating to experience the world with radically different processing. They practiced Zazen, sitting in silence for extended periods daily. Most people misunderstand meditation completely. They think meditation means emptying your mind like clearing a hard drive. That's impossible. Your brain produces thoughts constantly. That's literally its function. The actual practice involves developing meta-awareness consciousness, observing consciousness itself. The technique works like this. You sit quietly. Thoughts naturally arise and pass through. You don't capture them. You don't follow their storylines. You don't fight against them either. You maintain your position as the observer, watching mental activity happen, like watching clouds drift across the sky. You're not the clouds. You're not the sky. You're the awareness, witnessing the whole process. Something remarkable happens with consistent practice. You develop genuine separation between your identity and your thoughts. This is transformative. Your thoughts are not you. They're just neural patterns firing. They're biological activity. Nothing more. This distinction alone shifts everything about how you operate under pressure. Your professional life transforms when you truly grasp this. Why? Because problematic thoughts still emerge. I'll fail at this. They'll expose me as incompetent. I'm not qualified. But you now possess psychological distance from them. You don't automatically believe them anymore. You recognize, oh, that's just a thought pattern activating. It's not objective truth. It's not a directive. It's just electrical signals in my brain. This single realization separates people who consistently advance from people who stagnate. Advancing people observe their internal monologue and consciously choose their response. Stuck people believe every critical voice screaming inside their head automatically. What internal dialogue runs automatically through your mind during moments of intense pressure? Weaponizing calm in your actual life. How samurai converted their toughest moments into exponential growth. Here's the brutal truth. Understanding this intellectually and actually implementing it in real situations are completely different challenges, but the samurai possessed a specific methodology that made this shift happen. They embedded mental training throughout their daily existence. It wasn't just meditation at dawn. It was consistent presence in every single moment and interaction. Here's the tactical approach. Whenever you detect that specific sensation of being tested, that tightness in your chest, that adrenaline surge, that freeze response, you interrupt your automatic reaction. You literally pause. Stop everything. Take 3 deliberate deep breaths. Then ask yourself, what would my highest self choose right now? Sounds deceptively simple? It is. But is it revolutionary? Absolutely. Because in that moment of conscious pause, you escape reactivity. You activate your prefrontal cortex, the rational, creative, strategic sector of your brain. You transition from reacting like a frightened child to responding like someone with genuine command of the situation and themselves. The samurai called this conscious response, replacing unconscious reaction. But honestly, nobody discovers this independently because nobody teaches it explicitly. Your school system never covered this. Your parents probably didn't model it. Nobody ever visits and explains, let me train your nervous system like a warrior's. It simply doesn't happen naturally in modern culture. But here's what actually occurs. When you practice this consistently, when you truly experience that internal shift, resolving conflict through composure, making crucial decisions without panic, leading teams with genuine tranquility, something transforms at a cellular level in your professional identity. Other people sense it immediately. Your leadership recognizes it. Your colleagues feel it. Clients experience it. And the accelerated progression? While 95% of people constantly battle their own emotional reactions, you're channeling those emotions into productive output, into actual creation, into meaningful evolution, into the kind of growth that genuinely differentiates you. When was the last time you handled a genuinely difficult situation with complete emotional stability? Drop a comment. Did this concept shift how you see pressure? Like this video and subscribe for real transformation content. The permanent rewiring. Why some people rise during crisis while others collapse completely. Notice something in life? Some individuals encounter serious adversity and emerge stronger, evolve, unbreakable. Other individuals face similar challenges and remain damaged indefinitely. What explains this dramatically different outcome? It's not genetics or privilege. It's literally how they've trained their nervous system and mind. The samurai approached every challenge as intensive mental training. When life flows smoothly, zero growth happens. When everything feels comfortable, you learn nothing substantially new. Adversity functions as your laboratory for mental development. It's where you become emotionally unshakable. Understanding this reframes everything. Emotional unshakeability doesn't mean becoming some emotionless robot incapable of feeling. It means you experience everything: anger, disappointment, sadness, uncertainty at full intensity. But these emotions no longer control your actions and decisions. You remain the observer. You maintain agency. You deliberately direct that emotional energy into constructive action. When you truly integrate this into your existence, your career trajectory changes in unexpected ways. Because unwavering calm is actual power. Calm people identify solutions invisible to others. Calm people command genuine respect effortlessly. Calm people naturally inspire confidence in others. And confidence in you? That's fundamentally the actual currency of professional success. A prominent neuroscientist named James Doty conducted fascinating research examining brain scans of advanced meditation practitioners and discovered their neural architecture was literally different from ordinary people's brains. The remarkable part? This wasn't predetermined genetically. They deliberately developed these differences through consistent daily practice over years. Their brains physically reorganized themselves through deliberate training. When you initiate this journey, you're not being naive or overly optimistic. You're literally rewiring your neural architecture. You're fundamentally reconstructing yourself from the foundation up. The actual question isn't whether this works. The actual question is, are you genuinely ready for real transformation? Because evolution demands fundamental change, and genuine change always creates initial discomfort. If you're ready to implement this practically, I need your engagement. Right below, what's your first action tomorrow morning? Which concept resonated deepest with you today? Like this video, subscribe to the channel for more transformational content, and share this with someone who needs to encounter this message. Disclaimer: this video is educational content for personal development purposes only. The techniques described do not replace professional therapy or psychological counseling. Consult a qualified mental health professional if experiencing significant emotional or psychological challenges.